Hi guys, my name's Nadine. Welcome to my channel and welcome to another TBR video. This year is really rocketing by fast. So this TBR is for GarbAugust. I'm very excited for GarbAugust. I'm really ready for it actually. This last few months reading you know, a few more serious books. My dog's wagging his tail and hitting everything. Yeah, I'm ready for some trash now. So this could not come at a better time. And over the summer as well, you know, perfect, perfect. So there are 4 prompts for GarbAugust. And then there's also GarbBingo cards as well. So I've got 4 books here that I have chosen from my shelves to fit the prompts, or kind of fit the prompts. And then I will tell you about a few other things that I'm wanting to read in August, and then talk a little bit about the GarbBingo side of things. So first off then, the first prompt runs from the 1st to the 10th of August, and it is anything goes. So for GarbAugust 1.5 I think it was, I read the first book in this little bind up by Richard Laymon, Night Show, and so I thought I would read the second book for Anything Goes. And the second book is called Allhallows Eve. So it says, the Sherwood house has been deserted since the horrific killing of a local family in the sleepy town of Ashburg. When invitations to a mysterious party to be held there are sent out, nobody is particularly surprised. After all, everyone wants to party in a house of death on Allhallows Eve. So yeah, I think I'm going to read that one. I was very certain that I was going to read Richard Laymon. But I'm also tempted to pick up the one that I bought recently, just a sec. Which was The Stake. Which is about, well, about a vampire, I guess. So I may switch it out, I'm not sure. So this one says, in an abandoned hotel in a California ghost town, horror writer Larry Dunbar and his friends made a chilling discovery. By chance they stumble on a coffin hidden under the stairs. Within lies the corpse of a naked female with a stake through its heart. Though the find gives Larry the creeps, he finds himself wondering about the dead woman. Was she the innocent victim of gruesome murder, or was she a vampire? There's only one way for Larry to solve the mystery. He must pull out the stake. And I've been thinking about this one. I think that I read this many years ago. And it was, if it's the one I'm thinking of, it was definitely trashy. So I may go for that one. And I kind of like the cover as well on that. Which is much better than that. That's boring, but that's good. So yeah, definitely a Richard Laymon for Anything Goes. The second prompt is 11th to the 17th of August, and it's Romance or Men's Adventure. I do own a lot of Clive Cussler, which would fit that, but I'm not in the mood for Clive Cussler. In fact, I've been slowly sort of getting rid of them. That's a lot of what I've been swapping at the little library. So I think after watching Summer's video earlier, Sterling Reads, where she talked about her favourite authors and she was talking about Charlaine Harris, it reminded me of how much I was enjoying the Sookie Stackhouse series. I'd only read a few of them, and so I want to carry on with that, and that definitely fits in with the romance because there's plenty of that going on. So the next one in the series for me to read is Definitely Dead. So this one says, Sookie doesn't have that many relations, so she really hated to lose one. But of all the people to go, she didn't expect it to be her cousin Hadley, a consort of New Orleans vampire queen. After all, technically Hadley was already dead. But Hadley is gone, beyond recall, and she's left Sookie an inheritance, one that comes with a bit of a risk. Not least because it turns out someone doesn't want Sookie digging too deep into Hadley's possessions or her past. Sookie's life is once again on the line, and this time the suspects range from rogue wares to her first love, the Vampire Bill. She's got a lot to do if she's going to stay alive. But yeah, I've only read a few of these books, but they were a lot of fun, so I am very excited to carry on with that series. Next, 18th to the 24th of August, Sex and or Violence. So I'm hoping for a bit of both in this one. This is Bio of a Space Tyrant Volume 1, Refugee by Piers Anthony. I've heard that these are trash. So it's the epic adventures and galactic conquests of Hope Hubris. I mean, look at that guy. Caligula of the Stars. Later he was to be accused of every crime and sexual perversion in the galaxy, but Hope Hubris began as an innocent boy. For daring to defend his sister against the violent assault of a wealthy scion, Hope and his peasant family were forced to flee Callisto, one of Jupiter's moons. Pursued by bloodthirsty scions across the airless desert, they barely escaped with their lives. Crammed into an illegal space bubble full of refugees hoping to gain asylum on Jupiter, they had not reckoned on the barbaric space pirates who raped, robbed and murdered with no thought but to satisfy their bestial lusts. It would take all Hope's ingenuity to survive, and the atrocities he was to witness would never die in his memory. There was only one way he could ever be rid of them: revenge. So I think this is definitely going to fit that prompt. And then the final prompt then, 25th to the 31st of August, novelisations or books that were turned into 70s or 80s miniseries. So I was wanting to just be choosing from my physical library because I just haven't been reading my Kindle very much. And I didn't have anything that really fit that. So I've gone for a book from a series that's inspired by films. And because I'm very, very excited for the new Aliens film coming out in August also, I have gone for an Aliens book that was on my shelf that I haven't read yet, and that is Music of the Spears. And I read the inside flap of this last night and it does sound crap. To be quite honest, I do not know how I'm going to get on with this. So this is by Yvonne Navarro. So have a listen to this. The alien has landed and his call is irresistible. New York City, 2124, and the streets are swarming with alien jelly addicts and homeless people. High above in air-conditioned offices, the power brokers look down with disgust. One of them, an entertainment mogul, is planning spectacular revenge on a maniac musician. Damon Eddington will shock the world with his latest opus, The Symphony of Hate, and knows that the unique sound he seeks to personify his vision of hatred is the scream of the alien. But where and how is he going to find that elusive, razor-sharp cry? The answer lies with the man who would see Damon gain his greatest desire and at the same time meet a dramatic downfall. Together, in a spirit of malevolent loathing, they bring Mozart back to Earth and the nightmare begins. Yeah, I don't think that sounds amazing, but I love the Aliens franchise, so I'm very willing to give it a go. And I might be surprised. I might be surprised. Let me know if you've read this and if it was any good, so I can, brace myself. So those are my GarbAugust reads. They're the ones that I'm definitely going to be trying to get to. And then I have 2 pre-orders for August as well. It's not often that I buy books new. So yeah, normally if you've watched any of my videos before, you know that most of this, the vast majority of this is thrifted. It's, the little libraries, it's charity shops, it's car boot sales, because I know that if there's something in particular I'm looking for, as long as I am looking for it, I will find it at some point. It's not often that I have to order something. But there are 2 books coming out that I want to read. It's part of a series and I want to read them as it happens. The first one is the first of a series, and that comes out on the 6th of August. It's The Mercy of Gods. So that is by James S.A. Corey, who they're the writers of the Expanse series, which I've been really enjoying. And this is book 1 of The Captives' War. And I just thought it would be really, really nice to read these books as they come out and experience them as they come out. So let's see what it's about. So the Carricks, part Empire, part Hive, has waged wars of conquest for centuries, destroying or enslaving species across the galaxy in its conflict with an ancient and deathless enemy. When they descend on the isolated world of Anjin, The human population is abased, slaughtered and put in chains. The best and brightest are abducted, taken to the Caris World Palace, I can't talk, World Palace to join prisoners from 1,000 other species. Daffyd Alcord, assistant to a prestigious scientist, is captured along with his team. Even he doesn't suspect that his peculiar insight and skills will be the key to seeing past their captor's terrifying agenda. Swept up in a conflict beyond his control and vaster than his imagination, Daffyd is poised to become humanity's champion and its betrayer. This is where his story begins. So I have read the first 3 in the Expanse series. I'm reading the 4th at the moment, and I really, really enjoy them. And so I'm very excited to be starting this one with everybody else. So yeah, very excited. And then the other pre-order that I've got is very, very different. And that is the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore, which is the 2nd book in the Dream Harbour series by Laurie Gilmore. I read the first book last October, I think it was, The Pumpkin Spice Cafe. And I was really surprised actually that I enjoyed it so much, because it's a romance and I'm generally not into romance. And so as soon as I finished that, I pre-ordered the next one. So this one comes out at the end of the month, I think, yeah, 29th of August. And it says, when a secret message turns up hidden in a book in the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore, Hazel can't understand it. As more secret codes appear between the pages, she decides to follow the trail of clues. She just needs someone to help her out. Gorgeous and outgoing fisherman Noah is always up for an adventure, and a scavenger hunt sounds like a lot of fun. Even better that the cute bookseller he's been crushing on for months is the one who wants his help. Hazel didn't go looking for romance, but as the treasure hunt leads her and Noah around Dream Harbour, their undeniable chemistry might be just as hot as the fresh out of the oven cinnamon buns the bookstore sells. So yeah, I'm quite looking forward to that one also. And the 3rd book in the series is on here to order, but I don't know if it's a little early for me. So it's The Christmas Tree Farm, but it's out in October, like the beginning of October. So I'm not sure if I will pre-order that one or not. I might just wait and see if I can get it from the library. See how I get on with the 2nd book. But the cover of that is very, very cute, and if I can, I'll stick a picture up here or somewhere. So yeah, those are my pre-orders, and I was thinking about doing reading vlogs for those, time allowing. Then back to GarbAugust, we have the GarbAugust card, which you can fill out with either things that you're reading or things that you're watching. So I thought, because I watch a lot of films anyway, and honestly, all the films that I watch, most people would describe as trash. I've had a real run lately of dinosaur horror. Yeah, I don't know, it's awful, and my husband just shakes his head at me a lot with the things that I watch. But yeah, so I think I'm gonna do that with films. So we've got Modern Trash, Host Recommendation, Trash in Translation, Green on the Cover, Nudity on the Cover or Poster, You Wouldn't Read, Watch It on the Bus, In 3D, Killer Kids, Cults, Sexy Vampires, Vigilantes, Moral Panic, Long Running Series, Killer Animals, Conspiracy Theory, Pseudonym, More Than 2 Guns on the Cover, Based on a Video Game, Gangs, or an exclamation in the title, Weirdly Specific Subgenre, Kinky Sex, Drugs, Ninjas, Martial Arts, Giallo. So I'm pretty confident that I've got plenty of things to fill those. I collect Italian horror as well, so the Trash in Translation and Giallo is pretty easy. So what I'm thinking of doing for August is, say around the 10th of August, I might do an update of how it's going. So that'll be the Anything Goes book and the things that I've been watching, and see which prompts I've been able to cross off. And then again, the same on around the 17th and around the 24th, and then at the end of the month. And just basically give like updates throughout the month rather than one big one at the end. And also then, you know, if if you don't watch a lot of trash, you know, if you're not as refined as me, you might be able to get some recommendations throughout the month. It was just a thought. I think I probably will do that. There's a few things on my shelves that I would quite like to look at as well. Like I've got an anthology of zombie stories and stuff like that. So there may be other things that I throw in the mix throughout the month. But these are my plans, sort of as solid as they're getting at the moment. So let me know if you've read any of these. Let me know what your plans are for GarbAugust. I'm very excited about it. And I will catch up with you in my next one. Bye!